We'll look at 6 ways to equip your home with ways to charge your electric vehicle in light of the anticipated flood of new electric vehicles and the questions that both potential and existing owners will undoubtedly have. We got a peek of how challenging this procedure can be as well as how pricey it can be, with installations ranging from straightforward to complex, half of which were in garages and the other half outside. In reality, the cost is much higher than anticipated. The side of a house. $900 for installation. 48 amp charger, $743. License, $95. Time required, 3 hours. Total cost, $1,800. The simplest and least expensive installation is to post a level 2 charger on the side of a house directly next to the meter. This is a straightforward fix that most suburbs permit, as opposed to drilling through the wall, tapping into the fuse box in the basement, and running conduit more than 30 feet to where you would park your car. An electrician will make a connection to the supply lines upstream of the service panel and downstream of the meter that measures the home's energy consumption. An electrician with a license will run you about $1,000. Attached garage style number 1. $1,450 for installation. 48 amp charger, $50. License, $50. Time required, 4 hours. Total cost, $2,150. Due to the lack of subpanels, trenching, and other similar requirements, attached garage installations can be among the easiest. The only determining factors are the distance and obstructions between the garage and the electrical service panel. The ideal situation is having the service panel within the garage, as most townhouses have. When the service panel is located in the basement, the installer may need to drill through the wall, the ceiling, and the floor in order to run the conduit to the wall. An installation only needs the simplest and least expensive equipment of all 6, which is reflected in the final cost and time required to execute it, even with the drilling and lengthy conduit run. Townhouse with an HOA. Installation, $3,050. 48 amp charger, $650. Permit, $150. Time to complete, 3 days. Total cost, $3,850. In another scenario, you might have a parking space reserved close to your townhouse. The sidewalk may be the most challenging because it may need to be cut, repaired, and patched in order to bury the conduit. This is presuming you have obtained the necessary consent from your HOA, which can be challenging, particularly for something like this. Attached garage style number 2. 40 amp charger, $690. Permit, $94. Time to complete, 4 hours. Total cost, $3,796. Installations are varied for different garages and houses. The fact that some residences only have 100 amps of service rather than 200 is the biggest distinction between certain attached garages. You have the option of installing an energy management device for a lot less money than upgrading the service, which would have cost you close to $5,000 in total installation costs and would have allowed you to add a 40 amp charger to the already existing 100 amp line. The DCC-12 gadget, a box that mounts next to the service panel and can supply the EV charging circuit while keeping track of the home's overall energy consumption. It has the ability to stop vehicle charging if the overall draw ever approaches the maximum allowed by the residents. While not all customers with borderline service are qualified for this solution, those whose actual power usage is low, as assessed by a load calculation, may be. Townhouse with remote parking. Installation, $3,750. 40 amp charger, $550. Permit, $150. Time to complete, 2.5 days. Total cost, $4,450. This necessitates a very long conduit run of 140 feet to a post-mounted charger, which includes a tunnel under a neighbor's land. Positives include the likelihood that there will be grass rather than concrete and the absence of a formal homeowners organization. Negatives include the possibility of negotiating a verbal agreement with neighbors. All of these chargers are smart, which means they are networked. However, because this installation is far from a residence, it is necessary to add a Wi-Fi repeater to the wall that is closest to the parking area in order for the charger to be able to connect to the internet, report electricity usage, and guarantee that only authorized operators can use it. This answer is questionable and will remain so. On a job like this, issues could make the installer's time on site longer than expected, and trenching might take longer than expected. Detached garage with service upgrade. Installation, $6,045. 48 amp charger, $700. Permit, $125. Time to complete, 2 days. Total cost, $6,920. The most expensive installation will be in a suburb due to 2 factors. One is the distance between the house and the garage, for which installers must build a tunnel beneath a paver walkway and a trench across the yard to bury a dedicated circuit. However, the bigger costs, those not related to the detached garage, will be connected to a house with just 100 amps of service, which is insufficient for EV charging. Even if it necessitates renovations, adding service may result in charges from the electric utility itself. The riser, the large diameter conduit that carries electricity cables to the meter from above, must typically be expanded. The meter must also typically be updated. Most homes with 100 amp service have a 100 amp service panel, however some do not have enough slots for their outdated circuit breakers, so they connect 2 boxes. Installers will swap it out for a single, substantial panel. These costs can seem completely absurd. However, there are 2 other ways to charge your EV for practically nothing. The first choice is if you reside in a high-end apartment complex with charging stations integrated right into the units. The second choice is to simply charge your electric vehicle at a public charging station, which can be found in most cities. These solutions can all be very pricey, time-consuming, and difficult. These options pose a plethora of issues that only the majority of the upper middle class can afford. The infrastructure for electric vehicles is still lacking, and it will take some time until the bark matches the bite. Would you buy an electric vehicle? Comment below and hit the like button as well. Please smash the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like this.